proposal was essentially made last time, right? Something similar, close enough. We're probably going to be partners now, us and Alya, and that's a great thing going forward for upcoming election and everything. So that's cool. Something that, of course, we've been wanting, moving at a good pace until we get to the end where Masha decides to let us know and drop the bomb on us of being like, you know, I'm the one, well, she dropped it on us. Us is the viewer, not Alya. She's not aware. She's the one who is the childhood friend and all that. So, of course, there's some sort of interest and thing going on with her. And she kind of let him know, or let her know, you know, if you don't start acting on it, if you don't do things, somebody's going to come along who will, if you keep denying all these. So you got to be a bit more honest with yourself and do it. I don't know if she directly meant herself or if she meant somebody else, but we'll have to end up waiting and seeing. I have no clue how Alya plans to bounce back from this and what she plans to do, if anything, if she plans to even take this as a warning. If not, you know, we don't really know what's going to happen, but we could be in for something pretty ugly, but we also could be in for some good stuff. So I don't really know exactly, but I'm excited regardless. If you like it all, the like and subscribe and be feel free to stick around for the discussion, leave comments for this particular series. Let's go on to episode 5. Oh, it was good. She liked it. She liked it. Relax. Who cares? She did. Okay, so you did understand it. There goes your whole hypothesis from before. Yep. It means you're ready to take that charge. No. She might be, but she still meant it. Afraid of getting into something due to stuff like that, yeah. Okay. A standard, a classic. I'm so happy. Yuki moments. Yuki time. Oh. I'm happy. I'm not even mad. I don't give a fuck. I'm not mad. Listen, it's early. Things can change. But Yuki had one moment to shine, and she's best girl as a result. So as long as she continues on with this energy, I got nothing. Okay, so there's 2 more girls in the OP. There's a girl with short hair, and then the girl who they have wearing the maid outfit at one point, right? You don't feel that way. Yeah, you did. No, we know why you did it. That's valid. No, that's valid. That's not true. Yeah, in duty. Thank you, Yuki. Easy there, buddy. Yeah. He did. I agree. I do fully agree. But Yuki's personality makes up for it, so it doesn't matter. I love when she talks like this. Answer the question. Got some unfortunate news for you.
ね
くっそ、このおっぱい成人名。私の C カップじゃ満足できなかったというのか。アリャさんの E カップ過去推定にたぶらかされおって。
Citation needed.
生々しいこと言うんじゃね
冷静になるよブラジャー。いやブラザー。揉めない E カップより揉める C カップの方が断然いいだろうが。
え。いや、どっちも揉んじゃいけねえけど。よっ
しゃ来いや俺。優しくしてくれ。
What is wrong with her?
なんでそんなノリノリなんだよ。
どうする？妹のファーストパイタッチ奪っちゃ
パイタッチ言うな。
うなんてね。小学
いや
生にすでにお兄に奪われてるもんね。
そんな記憶はね
It's a very important memory for her. Of course she does.
お兄ちゃん、忘れちゃったの？あれは私が
Something so sacred taken.
え。
鬼ごっこ
And you just forget.
衝突して私の股間に顔面ダイブした上、右乳をがっつり揉んだこと。
そんなミラクルを起こした覚えはねえ。こってこてのラッキースケベイベントを捏造すんな。今舌打ちした。たく、あの頃はお前喘息がひどくてほとんど外に出られなかっただろうが。
それが今やこんなに元気な名字。
Now you have too
以
much.
来風邪もひいてない。
もう少しおとなしくしてくれてもいいん。
I mean, she's gonna get sick at some point throughout this season, right?
お兄はアーリャさんと立候補することを決めたんだ。
I was wondering how she'd actually feel about it.
別に謝るようなことじゃないけど、兄弟対決とか王道で燃えるじゃん。
We get to clear something else.
念のため言っとくが、別にお前が嫌いになったとかじゃないからな。
知ってるよ。お兄ちゃんは私のこと大好きだね。じゃあまあ、これからはライバル同士ってことで。ああ、
Rivals in love.
私多少の浮気は気にしない都合のいい女。
Okay.
アーリャさんに飽きたらいつでも乗り換えてくれていいよ。
いや、浮気って言うな。
It's one-sided for sure.
私のところに戻ってくるくせに。
いい女かお前は。
じゃあね、バイニャ
I like that scene a lot.
そっか、やる気を起こせる人が見つかったんだ。ああ、私じゃダメだったか。まあでも負けないけどね。
The election or him? Or both. I was gonna say I really like that of them dropping it a little bit. When she's able to turn around and not actually face him, drop the act a little bit.
でもまあ、フォローしとかないといけないかな。
You go wake her up. Give us a scene from the other. Oh, never mind.
俺
I will not try to kill you.
シリアスパートで終わると思ったか。残念だったな。私はやると言ったらやる女なのだよ。
She did warn him. She is stuck. 引っ張って。 Yeah.
出られなくなっちゃったんだよ。言わせんなよ。
Straighten your legs now. Just cover.
するか、おぼこの箱入り娘か。
紛れもなく箱入れます。
Literally, yeah.
どうせいつも通り眠たそうな顔で来るだけよ。
Oh, he's wide awake. He had a very energetic morning.
お、まさちか。おはよう、まさちか。おはよう。おはよう、ありゃ。
あら、おはよう、クゼくん。
それ。
Glowing. Or is that just how you're seeing him now?
なんだか元気がない。雰囲気がどこか儚げで。というかなんかちょっとかっこいい気も。
So you know, I'm in a completely different light after that. So focus isn't a problem. I thought she was gonna lose it there. Even if so, even if she couldn't focus there, she was still. Oh my god. I'm gonna say if she was still focused on him, she's still better, I guess, than 90% of the others.
あなたが怪我をしたんじゃないかと思って。
ああ、見られてたのか。
大丈
丈夫？
Most embarrassing
い
moment.
や大丈夫だって。体育館が暑いから出てきただけで、少し休んだら戻るさ。
これあまりよくわからないわね。
No.
そうか。
Can never tell.
いいカップ。マジで。いや待て。カッコ推定ってことは。
She did.
それ以上って可能性もあるのか。
No, literally any and everything that she does, he sees in a different light too. I love that.
何脇キラだと。貴様狙っているのか。
Why? It's so unnecessary.
何してるの？
Drowning myself.
いや頭を冷やそうかと。物理的に。
もしたたるいい音
I'm hand driven.
どうもマーシャさん。ちょっと頭を冷やしていただけなのでご心配なく。
Everyone's just so weird in this.
雲がありますね。
そうね。
Wow.
当然のことを言ってるのよ。
まあ自然乾燥で。
There you go. There we go.
頭下げて
なんだこれは。こんなイベント見たことないぞ。
終わりどうさっぱりした？
ええ、まあ犬の気分を味わいました。
それはそれで可愛いわよ。
ほら、戻るわよ、クゼくん。
Now the sibling rivalry begins again. We have two different ones going on.
また放課後ね。
あ、はいまた。タオルありがとうございました。
Just seems like the absolute sweetest, but the intentions are unreal.
とかいやらしいとか言われるやつだ。
それでもう大丈夫なの？
Bracing himself for the verbal assault.
ボールぶつけられたところちゃんと冷やさなくて大丈夫？
She's really just still concerned.
なんだなんでそんなに優しいんだ。照れキか照れキなのか。ああ、アーリャさん。なんか今日は妙に優しくありませんかね。
A little different than usual.
朝からなんだか元気がないみたいだからどうしたのかなって少し心配しただけよ。
んああ。
Oh, that.
いや別に元気がないわけじゃなくて。
Ah, I get it. You're hungry.
ちょっと朝ごはん抜いてきちゃってね。
ずいぶん真面目に授業を受けていると思ったら空腹で寝るどころじゃなかったのね。
あ、いやそれは普通によく寝たからだな。
寝つけなかったって言うのに
Here I am, staying up all night, overthinking everything.
そんなこと一切気にせず高いびきを書いていたと。なるほど。
手話を仰せられている。右の頬を打たれたら左の頬を差し出しなさいと。おや、ド M 豚野郎を見る目かい。
おふざけぐうたら男を見る目よ。もう心配して損したわ。最低。やっぱりあんなふざけた人のこと好きなわけな。
Yeah, just keep denying it. Keep denying it. Walk off all angry. There's the one we like. Ooh,
この前の野球部とそ。
that's what I was thinking. What happened now?
失礼します。
Oh. Short haired girl.
ああ。すみません、間違えました。
I'll try a different route.
彼らが何か。
Was this his girlfriend?
私の可愛い
The
後輩
VP
が仲裁に行ったっていうのに。
Okay,
あ
yeah.
いつらそれに耳を貸さずに見苦しい言い争いを続けてたらしいじゃん。だからまあ軽く締め注意をね。
なるほど。いやでも市内を持ち出すのはやりすぎでは。
That's what, just in case, you know?
人は死ぬけど市内で人
Yeah, yeah.
はないから。
とか呼ばれてるのを聞いたことはある。
She does give off boss vibes.
なるほどね。
I fucks with her.
そうや。
まあそう固くなるなクゼ。千崎は暴力を振るってはいない。ただ暴力を背景に脅しただけだ。
I didn't cause violence, I simply threatened.
ああ微笑ましい
先肩外れる肩外れるから
微笑ましい
ごめんなさ
Yeah, they're already hitting each other. You're missing it all.
肩が凝っていたからちょうどいいくらいだ
本当にごめんね。うまく力加減ができなくて。
どこの戦闘民族だよ
大丈夫だそのために鍛えてるからな
It was his motivation. Okay.
甘い空気になる要素あった
We got much to learn.
次よ。
なあサラシナ先輩って姉さんって呼ばれてるくらいだしやっぱりサラシ巻いてるのかな
なんでそうなるのよ。
いやもし巻いてたらサラシナ先輩になるなって
Okay.
あらあら仲がいいわね
Don't bring attention to it.
お姉さんには隠せないみたいだぜ俺たちの仲の良さ
うざい。
来年にはこちらの九条ありさと共に会長選に立候補するつもりですどうぞよろしくお願いします
Alright. This is a pretty fun and sweet episode. While it doesn't do much, I would say, overall for progression of plot, it more so sets what is to likely come and bring us to like full conclusion of fully introducing and getting Masachika to actually join the student council and really understanding and seeing all the other characters, and then it sets the wave for the things that are to come next with possible jealousy and possible attacks, I guess we could say, onto him from Masha going against Alya, and then also with us and setting up the rivalry and everything that will start beginning now with Yuki still wanting to become a member of the student council or the president, and now having to end up going through all of that. So pretty fun, I think, for setting that stuff up, and then just having really excellent, I think, character interactions overall, which was realistically what this episode was about, and the highlight I think that kind of came from it. And we continue to do something that I think is pretty fun, where we have set it up in the past and we've done it where it's like childhood friend, but it's not actually childhood friend. So here's that one posing as it through your sister, but then you actually do have one that's this other person, and then it's like the difference with Alya having her sister and then now us having ours, and then it's the same, like a lot of similarities there that continue onwards once again here, where it's like almost a rivalry going on between two girls that essentially have an interest in Masachika here because of having to both be elected or wanting to go for president, but then also having romantic and love interest within him as well. So rivalries kind of being all brought up between that, but then on a third party end up being brought in through Masha as well. So it's like really interesting how there's just so many different dynamics that are at play between multiple characters, and none of them are as straightforward as just like one-on-one, this is what we have going for us and that's all we have to like look at, and it's like so many different pieces and stuff kind of playing at each other. I think is really fun. But yeah, considering this is just a lot of character stuff that I'll probably talk about, I would like to kind of just get into the episode and talk about that. Him talking about it being so corny is funny to me, because like, I mean, most people would, and they'd have embarrassment and stuff after the fact with the way they think, but this is an argument I think it's something that too many people find themselves in, is wondering and feeling this sort of way about a lot of stuff. But it's like, who the fuck cares? It doesn't matter. She was happy about it, or she seemed to be at least, and she didn't seem to be turned off in the slightest about it. So why is this like a problem that you said it? Why do you have to reflect on it and have such an issue with it? You literally heard the words that came out of her mouth after all the things and everything that you said. So why does this matter? You know, worrying a little bit too much about that, about people wanting to look cool and wanting to say all the right things and do all these things. And sometimes corny is what you need, right? Like sometimes that's the good stuff. That's where it really is. And that's the stuff that keeps everything kind of fresh and cute. So I don't know. I think he's a little overthinking it, just a little bit too much. Starting to question based on what she said. I'm glad that we actually figure out a bit that he did know, because I wasn't sure if that was just something he wasn't aware of what it meant, or if like what it was last time, but he definitely is aware this time. His feelings towards love and stuff getting explained a bit through based on the parents and their relationship and everything that they had makes sense. That happens with a lot of people. It's happened in a lot of other series and stuff as well, so it's nothing too crazy or new, I think, on this front, but it does make a lot of sense. People seeing things like this kind of crumble before them can really change their expectations and feelings and stuff towards love and marriage and relationships and everything else in general. And it's a constant thing that like you'll hear from a lot of people, especially when you're younger, if they kind of feed this stuff into you. If you see broken relationships almost like this, you're probably going to be grown up to maybe not think that way. Now, some people can grow up and have those good mindsets, which is what we would like to have, where everybody can realize the faults and stuff that happen with theirs and then try and not let that happen and correct that stuff when you end up going into your own relationships and everything. But at the same exact time, this could also just scare you in general and make you feel like this is going to happen regardless, and maybe I shouldn't put the effort in, because also even if you are as honest and perfect as you can be, it still is reliance entirely on another person being able to reciprocate all of that stuff and act out in the ways that you would expect them or want them to, as opposed to maybe the ways that they actually would. And who knows, maybe one day something happens and a flip switches entirely, as we end up getting to see with Alya later this episode, where she ends up acting entirely different from how she actually has. It's like, what happens if something like that happens at random and it just stays like that for a period of time? It could cause big destruction and everything within the relationship, which is not ideal for what we end up wanting it to be. He's like, who, me? The guy who ran away and left Yuki to carry on the family name? Like, I couldn't do that. I had to separate and distance myself from all of that, which makes me wonder the family dynamic, I guess, because I was just probably assuming and under the assumption that he probably went with the dad and she stayed behind with the mom. But what did he change his name to? And like, why did that happen and everything? Because the assumption would end up being, assume parent takes name, his mom did or whatever. If they split, possibly revert back to whatever maiden name would be, and then Yuki's holding on to that name. But then like, what name would he end up having unless Yuki switched back? But that's not actually what happened. So now I'm probably overthinking this, but it's not adding up right now. It could just be, I guess, the reversal, and that did happen and he went with mom instead. But I don't remember, actually. We come home and the Yuki fun time actually begins. Of course, this is an event that must happen for all. This does not happen for anybody not aware. This is not, as he brings up, this is a 2D thing only. This does not happen in real life. And I absolutely love the constant shifts and everything between her, because she plays off of him so well and they have such good chemistry that it doesn't bother me in the slightest. And plus, I just absolutely love whenever she switches up her voice into her being her cringy Junie self, and it's it's so fun when she does that. But yeah, it's overall just really, really good times between them messing around here. Ends up talking and breaking the bad news to her, which is not at all what she wants to say. She plays it up a little bit too much. Oh my god, I got cocked. Like, all right, settle the fuck down. Like, then this, it's like so over the top. Citation needed is fucking great too. I love that. Recalling this memory that's so important for her. It's such a big thing. And of course, he cannot remember something from at least back then. I just feel like this line too, of her having the asthma and not actually being sick or anything, is just, she's gonna get sick, right? 100%. And then I like this of her turning around. I mean, she asked you for the hair and everything, but this allows her to not actually have to face him while they're doing this, and lets her drop the act a little bit, as we get to see with the calmness that she almost has in her voice, and how straightforward they can actually be at this point talking to each other, and how much easier it is when you don't have to actually face that person head on. And we end up creating a rivalry. She's trying to find these reasons and these things that she can kind of utilize as like things to keep going and not be completely destroyed or taken down by the possibility of what's going on, or us finding somebody else that isn't her or anything either. But it's a really sweet and cute moment kind of just between the two of them, and showing how close they really are and how much that each of them really do end up caring for each other. This isn't going to bother me once, because you're going to come home to me each night anyways, regardless of what you want or not. But when she gets out here, a little bit destroyed by it, not too great. I thought that she would wake up, but I guess our dynamic's different now. Completely destroyed. Nope, she did tell you she was going to wait under your bed and grab you by the legs. This was something that she said. And until she gets stuck. I don't understand how she's stuck here. Just straighten your body out and you'll be able to slide on out, but we get a hell of a shot, so it doesn't who the fuck cares? And of course, Buddy's gonna be acting, or I love how she's acting weird, thinking so much about what ended up happening the previous day and being like, why am I so worried about this? I shouldn't even. He's not even gonna be thinking about it twice. And he wakes up and he's just completely glowing, which just throws her off her game even more. no clue at all how to act. So awake, open, and honest towards so many people. And also her just seeing him in a complete different light now, sparkling and glowing and everything. One, he had an eventful morning. Two, you do just see him a little bit different at this point. Regardless, she's still on point. Nothing's going to stop her. Even if she's taken down a notch, she's still better than everybody else there. And he is just, he's not in it at all. This ain't his game. Gets completely hit. She's showing her concern. She's being extremely sweet, but he starts feeling weird because he's like, what the fuck is going on with her? So different. Yeah, except we're not focused or looking at the right things at all. And then we do it up so much. He's now focusing way too much on literally any and everything. Yeah, let's get some water. I absolutely love it. It's just too much. He's zoning out completely. I gotta stop myself from looking, drowning himself, cooling down until Masha comes in and she's a complete mess. She's like such the sweetest person that you'll never expect like any of her intentions or anything to be bad at all, but she's setting him up or putting everything in the perfect situation possible. And really cute conversation just between them in general, getting Alya all angry and jealous at the same time. She's gonna call me out, but instead she's just still really worried and concerned about you, thinking that something's wrong with you, thinking that you did get hurt from that, thinking that things have just been rough or something is off today. Which isn't even the wrong thing, right? If somebody is acting out of character, very different than you're usually expecting, it's natural to assume that there might be something going on, and this pose that they're kind of striking here is used as some sort of way to justify whatever happened or distract themselves from whatever that is, or act as though everything's normal, you know? So assuming that there's something wrong here isn't necessarily the wrong or bad thing, I think, at all for us to actually have. Oh no, I just skipped breakfast. It was nothing crazy. Don't really worry about that. That was simply it. I was up all night, tossing and turning, wondering what the fuck was going to happen, what was going to be between us after this, how things were going to be. And instead, you had a good night's sleep, and you just decided, oh, I'm going to skip breakfast. Now I'm going to be like this, and I just can't. I can't do it. There we go. That's the version of her we like. And then we end up going to the student council room, and we end up meeting the vice president, which is very fun. She is very interesting. She's got the Dom energy. She's flipping around like crazy. She's very fun with her personality, though, and I love it. All the characters are extremely fun so far. Nothing, no complaints in there. Cute moments between the two of them, and showing off a little bit between them and their chemistry and dynamic, which is always welcomed, and we do enjoy that a lot. This is flirting. What the fuck's happening? We strike a little joke that's pretty dog shit. I get what he's saying, but at the same time, let's not. And Alya loves it at the same time, and both of them having such a fun time. And it's a cute little dynamic, I think, between everyone. Establishes what we're going to kind of be getting into going into this with the student council, which I really like as well. And now that we have all joined up here, we will openly let everyone know what the intentions are between these two and how they're going to move forward, going for whatever it is next year, likely going into their senior year for what we'd assume. And now groundwork is essentially set. Everything's laid out. We no longer have any challenges and things of like getting him involved and, you know, figuring out how we're going to have these moments and stuff to constantly keep making excuses outside of class of why we're actually together and everything. Now we're all here, and where do we go from here? We have to start paying attention. We have to start moving towards the election and everything that comes then. From that point on, we can expand our relationship through all the time and everything spent. And we can also have multiple moments of things that could possibly go wrong with having people like Yuki and having people like Masha in the same exact club room and constantly having to spend time with us as well. So I think this will make for a really interesting one. Cute ED visuals with all the characters as usual. Nothing new there. And it's very fun. I always have a great time with that one. I hope you guys do as well. If you liked it all, hit the like and subscribe to me. Feel free to check out the video and channel, comment with this was our series. I'll be back next week for episode 6. I hope it was a great one. Peace.